Tsai Ing went since 2020, and previously from 2008 to 2012 and 2014 to 2018. Tsai studied law and international trade, and later became a law professor at Soochow University School of Law and National Chengchi University after earning an LLB from National Taiwan University and an LLM from Cornell Law School. She later studied law at the London School of Economics and Political Science, with her thesis titled, Unfair Trade Practices and Safeguard Actions, and was awarded a PhD in law from the University of London. In 1993, as an independent, she was appointed to a series of governmental positions, including trade negotiator for WTO affairs, by the then ruling Kuomintang, and was one of the chief drafters of the special state-to-state relations doctrine of then-President Lee Teng-hui. After DPP President Chen Shui-bian took office in 2000, Tsai served as Minister of the Mainland Affairs Council throughout Chen's first term as a non-partisan. She joined the DPP in 2004 and served briefly as a DPP nominated at-large member of the Legislative Yuan. From there, she was appointed Vice Premier under Premier Su Seng-chang until the cabinet's mass resignation in 2007. She was elected and assumed DPP leadership in 2008. Following her party's defeat in the 2008 presidential election, she resigned as chair after losing the 2012 presidential election. Tsai ran for New Taipei City Mayorship in the November 2010 municipal elections but was defeated by another former vice premier, Eric Chu. In April 2011, Tsai became the first female presidential candidate of a major party in the history of the Republic of China after defeating her former superior, Su Seng-chang, in the DPP's primary by a slight margin. She was defeated by incumbent Kuomintang candidate Ma Ying-jeou in the fifth direct presidential election in 2012, but was elected by a landslide 4 years later in the sixth direct presidential election in 2016. Tsai is the second president from the Democratic Progressive Party. She is the first president to have never held an elected executive post before serving as president, and the first to be popularly elected without having previously served as the mayor of Taipei. Tsai was re-elected as president with an increased share of the vote in the 2020 presidential election. Tsai is included in Time magazine's 100 Most Influential People of 2020. Tsai was born at Mackay Memorial Hospital in Zhongshan District, Taipei, Taiwan on 31 August 1956. The youngest of 11 children, her father, Tsai Chia-sheng, was chosen by genealogical naming practices. While these suggested the spelling Ying-wen, her father felt that the character Ying had too many strokes and decided to replace it with the character Ying. The resulting name Ying-wen could be translated as heroic literature or English language. During her middle school period, she studied at Taipei Municipal Zhongshan Girls High School. She studied law at the behest of her father. After graduating at the College of Law, National Taiwan University, in 1978, Tsai obtained a Master of Laws at Cornell University Law School in 1980. She then studied law at London School of Economics and was awarded PhD in law from University of London in 1984. Upon her return to Taiwan, she taught law at the School of Law of Soochow University and National Chengchi University, both in Taipei. She was also appointed to the Fair Trade Commission and the Copyright Commission. She served as consultant for the Mainland Affairs Council and the National Security Council. She also led the drafting team on the statute governing relations with Hong Kong and Macau. In 2000, Tsai was given the high-profile appointment of chair of the Mainland Affairs Council, confirming the widely held belief that she maintained pan-green sympathies. Tsai joined the Democratic Progressive Party in 2004. She was subsequently nominated by the DPP to be a candidate in the 2004 legislative election and was elected as a legislator at large. On 26 January 2006, Tsai was appointed to the post of Vice President of the Executive Yuan, a position commonly referred to as Vice Premier. She concurrently served as Chairwoman of the Consumer Protection Commission. On 17 May 2007, Tsai, along with the rest of the cabinet of outgoing Premier Su Seng-chang, resigned to make way for incoming Premier Chang Chun-sheng and his cabinet. Premier Chang named Chiu I-jen, the incumbent Secretary General of the Presidential Office, to replace Tsai as Vice Premier. She then served as the chair of TaiMed Biologics, a biotechnology company based in Taiwan. The Kuomintang accused Tsai of contracting government work out to TaiMed Biologics during her term as Vice Premier, while planning to leave the government and lead the company afterward. She was later cleared of all alleged wrongdoing. In Kuomintang candidate Ma Ying-jeou's search for his running mate for the 2008 ROC presidential election, Tsai, a DPP member, was surprisingly suggested. Ma stated that there were no